Welcome back to Bard on the Bandstand. We are so excited and so proud to be back here performing for you after such a long time. How many of you are excited for live theater? Woo-hoo! Yeah, even in the rain. Good for you. Woo-hoo! My name is Kathleen Hatley, and I will be your MC for the evening. Actors will be performing scenes from past productions from 2007 right up to 2019. You're going to recognize some of the faces. We are very lucky to have a lot of original actors with us, some going all the way back to 2007. Some are taller, some are bigger, some are older, some are wiser, but they're back and they're doing a great job. You're going to have fun. And now, without further ado, I give you the Steampunk Dancers from Love's Labour's Lost, which was performed in 2012. Enjoy Such Stuff. From 2012, a scene from As You Like It. Sorry, 2007, a scene from As You Like It with original cast members.
Why, cousin! Why, Rosalind! Cupid have mercy, not a word?
Not one to throw at a dog.
No, thy words are too precious to be cast away upon curs. Throw some of them at me, come. Lame me with reasons.
Then there were two cousins laid up, when the one should be lame with reasons, and the other mad without any.
What is all this for your father?
No, some of it is for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world.
Oh, they are but burrs, cousin, thrown upon thee in holiday foolery. If we walk not on the trodden paths, our very petticoats will catch them.
I could shake them off my coat. These burrs are in my heart.
Hem them away.
I would try, if I could cry, ahem, and have him.
Come, come, wrestle with thy affections.
Oh, they take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
Oh, let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible, on such a sudden, you should fall into so strong a liking for old Sir Roland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
What doth it therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? By this kind of chase I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly.
No,
Yet I hate not Orlando.
hate him not, for my sake.
Why should I not? Doth he not deserve well?
Let me love him for that. And do you love him because I do? Look, here comes the Duke.
With his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin. within these 10 days, if that thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace. Let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. If with myself I hold intelligence, or acquaintance of mine own desires, if I do not dream or be not frantic, as I do trust I am not, the dearest uncle, never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. If their purgation did consist in words, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me wherein the likelihood depends.
Thou art our father's daughter. There's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord. Or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. Therefore, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Aye, Celia. We stayed her for your sake, else had she with her father ranged along.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young that time to value her, but now I know her. If she be a traitor, why so am I. We still have slept together, rose at an instant, learned, played, eat together, and wheresoe'er we went, like Juno's swans, still we went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. And her smoothness, her very silence, and her patience speak to the people, and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name, and thou shalt show more bright and seem more virtuous when she's gone. Then open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom that I've passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You, niece, provide yourself. If you outstay the time, upon mine honor, and in the greatness of my word, you die.
My poor Rosalind, whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I will give thee mine. I charge thee, be not thou more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin, prithee. Be cheerful. Knowest thou not that the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No? Hath not? Rosalind lacks then the love which teacheth thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No. Let my father seek another heir, and therefore devise with me how we may fly, whither to go and what to bear with us. And do not think to take your charge upon you, to bear your griefs yourself and leave me out. For by this heaven, now at our sorrow's pale, say what thou canst, I'll go along with thee.
Oh, why, whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger would that be to us, to travel forth so far? Maids as we are, beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a sort of umber smirch my face. Belike do you, so shall we pass along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better, because that I am more than calm and tall, that we did suit me all points, as a man, a gallant curtal axe upon my thigh, a boar spear in my hand, and in my heart lie there what hidden women's fears they will. We'll have a swashing and a marshal outside, as many other mannish cowards have that outface it with their semblances.
What shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse a name than Jove's own page. Therefore, call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Helena.
But cousin, what if we essayed to steal the clownish fool from your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travels?
He'll go along o'er the wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Let's away and get our jewels and wealth together, devise the fittest time and safest way to hide from pursuit, which will be made after my flight. Now go we, in content, to liberty and not to banishment.
And now, Much Ado About Nothing from 2014.
All right, boys, walk. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity that their souls should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that would be a punishment too good for them if they had any allegiance in them. Being chosen for the prince's watch?
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
George Sequel, sir, for he can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seagull. God has blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune. But to write and read, that comes from nature.
Both which, Master Holmes?
You have. I knew that would be your answer. Well, sir, for your favor, why, let give God thanks, and make no boast of it. And as for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need for such vanity. You were thought here to be the most senseless and fit man to be constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You are to comprehend all vagrom men, and bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if a will not stand?
Why then take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of your watch together, and be thankful you're rid of the knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are only to meddle with the prince's subjects. You are to also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable and will not be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
Well, you speak like a most ancient and quiet watchman, for I do not see how sleeping should offend. Only have care that your bills not be stolen. You are to call at all the alehouses, and bid them that are drunk get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why leave them until they are sober? If they make you then not the better answer, you can tell them they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And the best way to deal with that sort of man is the less you meddle or make with him, why the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
True, by your office you may, but I think they that tough pitch will defy. No, the most peaceable way for you if you do come across a thief is to let him show himself for who he is. Let him steal from your company.
You have been always known as a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Well then depart in peace, and let the child wake her with crying. For the lamb that will not answer her, for the ewe that will not answer her lamb when it baws, will never answer a calf when it beats.
'Tis very true.
Now this is the end of your charge. You, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the middle of the night, you may stay him.
Nay, by'r lady, I think it cannot be.
5 shillings swan on with a man who knows his statutes. He may stay him. Marry, not without the prince be willing, For the watch should offend no man, and it is an offense to stay a man against his will.
By'r Lady, I think it be so.
Ha ha! Well, masters, good night. And if there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsel, and your own. Good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, master, we hear our charge. Come, let us sit here on the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
Oh, one more word on us, neighbors. I pray you watch Senior Leonato's door. For the wedding being there tomorrow, there's a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant. I beseech you.
Comedy of Errors was first performed on the bandstand in 2011. We brought it back in 2019, and tonight we have the two of the original cast members from the 2019 production.
May it be that you have quite forgot a good wife's office. Shall Angelica, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot? Shall love and building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my brother for his wealth, then for his wealth's sake, use him with more kindness. Or, if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my brother read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's orator. Sweet, be fair. Become disloyalty. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false. What need he be acquainted? What simple thief brags of her own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to truant with your bed, and let you read it in thy looks at board. Shame hath the bastard fame well managed, ill deeds are doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor woman, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you will love us. Though others hold the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle sister, get you in again. Comfort my brother, cheer him, call him dear. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain. The sweet breath of flattery conquers fear.
Dark stranger, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak, lay open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in airs, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words, deceit. Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping brother is no spouse of mine, nor to his bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I incline. Train me not, sweet merman, with thy note, to drown me in thy brother's flood of tears. Sing siren for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy curly hair, and as a bed I'll take them and there lie. And in that glorious supposition think she that gains by death hath such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How? I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by,
Gaze where you should. That will clear your sight.
as good to wink, sweet love, as to look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my brother so.
Thy brother's brother.
That's my brother.
No, it's thyself. Thy own self's better part. Mine eye's clear eye, my dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim. My soul earth's heaven and my heaven's claim.
All this a husband is, or else should be.
Call thyself husband, for I love thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. I have no husband yet, and thee no wife. Give me thy hand.
Go softer. Hold you still. I'll fetch my brother to get his goodwill.
Performed in 2009 was Romeo and Juliet. Tonight we have the original Juliet.
Nurse, where is my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now, by my maidenhood at 12-year-old, I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where is this girl? What? Juliet! Oh, now, who calls? Your mother?
Madam, I'm here. What is your will? This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou hearest our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter is of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
She's not 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth. Though, to my teen be it spoken, I have before. She is not 14. How long is it now to Lammastide?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd, of all the days of the year, come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. Susan and she, oh, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God now. She was too good for me. But as I said, come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14, that shall she. Oh, Mary, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned. Oh, I never shall forget of all the days of the year, for upon that day I had laid woodworm on my dug, sitting in the sun under the dove house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, do I bear a brain? But as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dog and found it bitter, pretty fool, to see it tetchy and fall out with the dug. Shake, quoth the dove house. Well, there was no need, I trow, to bid me trudge. And since that time it is 11 years. For she could stand alone. Nay, she could run and waddle about for the day before she broke her brow. And my husband, oh, God be with his soul. He was a merry man. He took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fallest backwards when thou hast more wit, wilt thou not, Jewel? And by my holiday, the pretty wretch left off crying and said, oh, to see now how such a jest should come about, and I warrant, should I live 1,000 years, I never shall forget. Wilt thou not, Jewel? And the pretty fool stated and said,
Enough of this, I pray thee. Hold thy peace.
Yes, madam. although I cannot choose but laugh to think that it should leave off crying and say "I," for it had upon its brow a bump as large as a young cockerel stone, oh, a perilous knock, and it cried bitterly, "Yea," quoth he, "dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall as backwards when thou comest of age, wilt thou not, Jewel?" And it stinted, and said, "I."
And stint thou too, I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace, I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Oh, thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed, and that I should live to see thee married once. Oh, I have my wish.
Marry, that marry is the very theme I came to speak of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of.
Honor? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou hadst sucked wisdom from thy teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are already made mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now made. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris
Oh!
seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady, such a man as all the world, why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Oh, nay, he's a flower, in truth, a very flower.
Tell me, Juliet, can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read all the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with youth's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margent of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. That book in many eyes doth share the glory, that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share in all he doth possess. By having him, make yourself no less.
No less, nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly, Juliet. Can you like of Paris's love?
I'll look to like it, looking like him move, but no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
The guests are come. The supper is served. Juliet, the Count stays.
Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days.
From 2015, A Winter's Tale with the original cast members.
What studied torments, tyrant, hast for me? What flame, boiling in leads or oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyranny, together working with thy jealousies, fancies too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done and then run mad indeed, stark mad. For all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. That thou betrayedst Polixenes, 'twas nothing. That didst but show thee of a fool, inconstant and damnable ingrateful. Nor 'twas much, thou wouldst have poisoned good Camillo's honor, to have him kill a king. Poor trespasses, more monstrous standing by, whereof I reckon the casting forth to crows thy baby daughter, to be none nor little, though a devil would have shed water out of fire ere done it. Nor is it directly laid to thee, the death of the young prince, whose honorable thoughts high for one so tender, cleft the heart that could conceive a gross and foolish sire.
blemished his gracious dam. This is not, no, laid to thy answer, but the last. O lords, when I have said, cry woe, the queen, the sweet, dearest creature's dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet. I say she's dead. If word nor oath prevail not, go and see. If you can bring tincture or luster to her lip, her eye, heat inwardly her breath without, I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But oh, thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are more than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, fasting, naked on a barren mountain, still in winter and storm perpetual, could not convince the gods to move that way thou wert.
Another scene from Romeo and Juliet featuring Mercutio, 2009. Our original cast member is now 3 feet taller.
Oh, that I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She's the fairy's midwife, and comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies over men's noses as they lies asleep. Her wagon spokes made of long spinner's legs, her cover of the wings of grasshoppers, her traces of the smallest spider's web, her collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner, a small gray-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub. Time out o' mind the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, or courtiers' knees who dream of curtsies straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry Mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she driveth over a courtier's nose, then dreams he of smelling out a suit. Sometimes comes she with a tied pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as they lies asleep. Then dreams he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth over a soldier's neck. Then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of healths 5 fathom deep. And then anon, drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf locks in foul, sluttish hairs, which, once untangled, much misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. True, I talks of nothing. I talks of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain. begot of nothing but vain fantasy, and are as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.